Hey party people, it's been a whole minute and I'm sorry, but there is so many stories to come because of it. If you're new to this channel, this title might be kind of alarming. Most things that I do usually end up like this. If you're watching this video, I guess you could be a lot of people. I was gonna be like, you're probably in Amway or a victim of Amway, or maybe you just don't even know what it is and that's why you clicked on it. Whenever you're here, just hit the subscribe button. Let me know it's good in the comments. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get started with this story. This happened to me maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think at this point. Basically, I guess just as a warning, because I got sucked into it this way. I don't know like if other people have experienced this as well. The Amway or representatives or whatever were like disguising themselves as entrepreneurship mentorships here at my college. Like they were pretending like it was like a real business mentorship, and I'm sure you're like, why is a dance major trying to get a business mentorship? I'll just start from the beginning. One of my roommates actually from last year texted me and said that she had this mentorship, and she was like, oh, they're like looking for a couple of extra people, like I could totally get you in. And I've never really done anything other than dance, so I especially because I am in college, I was like, maybe I should just try to do something else. Like I've literally never done anything else. So I agree to see these people at like a Panera after class, and as I'm telling the story, I'm just gonna be saying like certain things that really like tipped me off. And like I don't know if other people, like when I tell the story to other people, they're almost like, oh, I wouldn't have noticed that. So like I'm just gonna say it so that anybody who finds himself like in the same situation as me can figure it out faster. I mean, I think I figured it out pretty fast, but still. Anyways, like walking into the first meeting, there were already red flags. So like my friend, she comes with me to this, like obviously because she's the one like suggesting me. And I go and sit at the table, and I'm expecting the mentor to just be one person, and then it wasn't. There was 2 people. So already I was like, that's kind of weird, because like mentorships, like it's like usually a one-on-one kind of thing. Like the fact that my friend was there made sense because she had like recommended me, and this was kind of like my whole first day thing, you know? But it was like a man and a woman. So I was like, what? But I like sat down anyways. Because I didn't want to like be weird about it. Like it's like I said, I've never done a business thing, so I just kind of like was going along with what these people were saying. And they're just talking about how like they work in like corporate. This is like a word that they use a lot, like this vague nondescript like corporate that everybody works in, but it doesn't like really exist or anything. And even then, like I was like, there's no way that these people work in corporate. Like they just like, and I'm not a judgmental person. I just thought that the situation was weird, so I was overanalyzing it. And like the people didn't even dress like business people. Like they were just like, oh, we're business people in corporate. And then like when the guy wasn't paying attention, I was really staring like at his clothes and stuff, because people who work in like high level sales, like they wear expensive clothes, obviously. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do work in high level sales and you only shop at Walmart. I'm not like typecasting every salesperson ever. I'm just saying like they usually clean up, and like these people, they were like, oh yeah, I just got back from work, and they were like in tatters of business clothes, like just wearing like business clothes that like don't even fit them. Like they're just like wearing like business clothes. And so I was like, okay. And then as they're starting to interview me, the questions that they're asking me are like, do you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, no. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just, even with the questions, it was like, what does me having a boyfriend have to do with business? And then they say things in a way that makes you feel stupid. And I think that's when I figured out that it was like a gimmick of some sort. I was like, like, because I even caught myself, like, they had worded something in some, like, specific ass way where even I was like, why don't I understand what they mean? And it's like, you just don't understand what they mean because what they said doesn't make any sense. It has nothing to do with, like, you. But I was like, bro, this must be, like, where they get people. Because, like, even I was like, what? And, yeah, so, like, they're basically telling me that I'm gonna be, like, working in this business. And they're saying, like, all this vague, nondescript stuff. And then they're like, do you want to continue? And I was like, yeah. And so then they give me this book just because I've never, like this is, like, my first task or whatever. So they give me this book and I have to read it in, like, a week. But it was only, like, 120 pages, so, like, it's not, like, that serious. But then, like, before I leave the meeting, they, like, grabbed, like, they were, like, we're across the table and they were, like, they put their hands down on the table and they were like, you can't, like, tell anybody the stuff that, like, we do together. Like, they were like, you shouldn't tell anyone about, like, the stuff we talk about or anything that we do because, like, you know, sometimes, like, people aren't really supportive of a new idea and, like, not everyone's gonna agree with, like, what you're doing to go into business because, like, people don't like taking risks. And so, like, I'll just say, like, for anybody who's incredibly impressionable, if you ever meet somebody, like, literally just meet them and they're like, don't tell anybody about the stuff we do together, like, they're obviously sketchy. So, like, I, like, wasn't fooled by them, but I definitely was super intrigued by, like, how weird this was. Like, I definitely knew that it wasn't business, but, you know, they were like, do you, like, accept, like, our offer? And of course, like, I was like, hanging out with these people, I can't tell anybody when I hang out with them what we do, where we're going, what, like, of course, I agree. So, like, I take this book and, you know, I read it, like, over the course, or no, not even, who am I playing? I literally read the book, like, the day that I was gonna see them again. So I knew everything in it. And I get to, like, our second meeting and they're like I show up and my friend is there again and the guy and his wife. And the first thing I noticed with our second meeting is that it literally almost looks like they're wearing the exact same clothes that they were wearing the first time that I met them, which is another red flag because if someone's telling you that they're, like, a corporate millionaire or whatever the fuck and that you're gonna work for them, but then, like, they wear the same clothes every day, like, I guess you could be a corporate millionaire who likes to wear the same clothes every day, but I think everybody gets what I mean. Like, there's just no shot that you just love wearing that same fucking thing all the time. Like, no. So, like, I show up and they, like, I sit, they greet me, they immediately start quizzing me on this book, but I mean, like, quizzing. Like, I have to start, like, opening the book and showing them, like, specific passages. So I thought that was super interesting because I was like, okay, like they want me to know, like, X, Y, and Z things. So I was like, I'll just remember that and see if I can, like, piece anything together with it because for me, this was really just, like, entertaining. Like, I could tell that it was, like, not legit, but I just wanted to see what would happen to it because my friend, on the other hand, she had been doing this for over, like, 6 or 7 weeks. So with her involved, I definitely, like, was interested to find out what was gonna happen just because I, like, care about her. So I was kind of like, what? But even, yeah, I started hinting to my friend, I was like, do you really not think that anything about these people is suspicious? Because, like, for me, it was just everything. Like, everything about these people is suspicious. Their, like, selling point is that they're, like, it's, like, a system where anybody can start their own business and you don't need to have, like, business skills. You don't need to go to business school. Like, that's, like, they're selling it as this, like, not like a get rich quick, but, like, get rich eventually kind of thing off of, like, basically nothing. Like, they're making it sound like you're getting rich off of, like, I don't even fucking know, like, because you just met them. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, so it's literally, here, I'll say again, my friend's already been this for 6 or 7 weeks, and this is my second meeting with them. This is my second, like, day. And after quizzing me, they were like, oh, well, you know what? Like, we think that you're really ready. Like, we want you to come to, like, this meeting. And I was like, oh, shit. Because, like, obviously, like, you know, from talking with my friend, she's been there for, like, weeks. And like she didn't get invited to a meeting until she had been working with them for like 3 weeks. It was my second day and I was getting invited to a meeting. So I definitely thought that was unusual too, because like, how did I move up the ranks so fast? Because wait, sorry, I forgot to say this. They have like, not like a ranking system, but they were saying that like it's a step system. So like, you know what I mean? Like that each meeting, like I'm gonna be learning something new, and that like I need to like earn my way through the ranks to get to the top. So the fact that my friend has been here for 7 weeks and is now like, this is the level that she's reached, and I've only been here for 2 days and they're tossing me into the same like level or whatever that she's in. Yeah, that like obviously they don't have like a codified fucking anything if they are just bringing me places, and she's been working with them for weeks. So there you go. If someone like is so quick to like help you do something that is like hard, like then it's probably not real. They basically say that there's this meeting that like everybody, and quote everybody from corporate, is gonna be there, and that they want me to meet everyone, and that it's gonna be at this like millionaire's house from the company. In which, by the way, they didn't even say that the company I would be working with was Amway until I got to this part. And I feel like that is what is so key. Like, it's just so fucking secretive. Like, they don't tell you fucking anything. And so I like they're like, okay, so like dress your best. They basically say like, we're going to this millionaire's house, like dress your absolute best, like wear like the nicest clothes that you own. And like, it was funny because I actually just bought a business outfit like a couple days earlier for a different like interview that I had to do. And so I actually did have something that was really nice. And you know, like I got dressed up. I did full beat Marc Jacobs Fenty Beauty. Like I was trying to look good for this shit. And so I go to the meeting, and she drives us out to the meeting, and she said it was going to be like an hour away. And I don't know why I thought this was weird. She said it was going to be an hour away, but then the ride, I'm not kidding, it was like a 20-minute ride. Like we got there in like 20 minutes. So I was like, that's so like, why did you lie to me about this being so far away? But yeah, so we get there, and then we walk up to the house, and then immediately, like in this moment, I can tell that this is not a proper business meeting of any kind, because the lady's like, oh, there's like I forget, it's like we like walk up the driveway, and the lady, she's like, oh, it doesn't look like the front door is open, like why don't we just go in the garage? Like, I don't know, like if you were gonna meet somebody for business, wouldn't they like greet you at their front door? Like there's something really shady about just entering someone's house without even sort of asking them through their garage. But I went with her anyways, because that's just who I am. So I go with this lady into this person's house, and I go inside, and like the size of the house and the decorations and stuff are matching up. I'm like, this probably is a millionaire's house. It like, I was like, are we like are we Airbnb-ing this house? Because like, who owns it? You know what I mean? Like, it was just odd. So then I walk in, and everybody like wants me to take my shoes off, which also was weird. I was like, we're in like a literal business meeting, and you want me to take my shoes off? Like, I'm not even wearing socks. I was wearing like regular like stiletto heels. So then I'm walking barefoot around this business meeting on a Friday night. Oh wait, yeah, sorry, I forgot to include this is on a Friday night at like 8:30. So that just gives you, you know, a little clue as to what like is important in their lives. Like, this is obviously the most important thing in their lives if they scheduled it for a Friday night. Because if someone really had some shit to do on a Friday night, they would schedule this weird whatever the fuck it is for like a Wednesday. Nobody, like, you know what I mean? Like, you put your favorite plans on a Friday night. You don't, or I mean, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is like, obviously their favorite plans are hanging out in this fucking call. So anyways, I get there, and immediately I'm like, I see a pitcher on the counter in the kitchen filled with red drink, and I'm sure we can all just assume that it's Kool-Aid. And so I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. They're gonna like roofie me. I'm gonna be like put in the back of someone's car. But I continue to walk around the party anyways. And as more and more people like start to come in, you can just see that all these people are like in tatters of business clothes. Like, this woman is like wearing a blazer that's obviously her husband's. Like, people, like, these are not real business people by any means, or like business people. So like I'm having like a conversation with these people, and it's also odd because like it doesn't matter who you talk to, all they do is talk about the program. Like it's like they don't talk about like anything else really. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just boring. Then like there's this guy that comes out, and he is, I think, like the leader. Like I don't even fucking, he's not like the full-on leader of Amway, whatever the fuck. He's just like this person, like he must be like the highest in the ranks for like whatever group I was in or whatever the fuck, if that makes sense. If you're like stuck in Amway, you know what I'm talking about, and if you're not in Amway, you might have to Google it. It's like they have these like upline people, and basically what happens is that, like, I'll describe it. So like I'm a new person, right? Like victim number whatever, and the people who inducted me are my upline. So like they are like further ahead than me, and that guy basically is like at the top. Because like okay, what I figured out from talking to people afterwards is that, I mean, truthfully speaking, after going through it, I think Amway's a cult. But people call it a pyramid scheme. And it's because basically the way that it works is that it says, like, you sell these products, right, for this company that, like, super high-key belongs to someone else, like, the entire time. Like, as they're telling me all this shit, it's, like, super clear that the company you're selling products for, like, belongs to someone else, but they make you feel like it's your company and that, like, you're, like owning your own business. But basically, like, you sell the products and stuff, and you have to meet, like, a monthly quota. Like, you have to, like, buy the products. Like, you can't, like, so, like, if Amway has a makeup company, like, you can't buy any other kind of makeup anymore because it's, like, you have to be, like, supporting your own business. So, like, you have to buy everything that you use from them, and then you have to sell it. And then you have to induct people, which is how you become, like, an upline, if that makes sense. So, like, the whole point of it is to basically induct so many people that you are just like profiting off of them, if that makes sense. So like the top person got everybody under them to join, and like when you like sustain like that many people, you get like a percentage of their profits when they sell shit. So it's like I don't know if it's kind of odd. Like it's just like the more people you get, the more of a percent you have. So like eventually you will be able to like, they're in theory you will be able to stop working because like you're getting so much of a percentage from other people that you're like making like bank. And so I sit like, okay, the meeting is like starting at this point. So I sit in the living room, and they have all the new people like closest to the speaker, and then like everyone else who's been there for a while is like behind us, like in chairs, like standing and stuff. And after I had been quizzed on that book, right? Anyone remember that? I'm sitting in like this presentation, and the entire presentation is literally just the questions that they asked me when they were quizzing me about the book. So this is like the second or third time I'm like almost literally being quizzed about this shit that I just read the other day. And like I was just like, this is just so weird. Like every step of the way it was so weird, because like the speaker started asking everyone questions, and we're all like sitting around him, like the new people, and like he keeps like turning to everyone asking questions, and then like he surveys the room, and he's like, oh, like where are you from and stuff. And like me and my friend are from Rutgers, but then like this other kid was literally like a junior in high school. Somebody else was like a 40-year-old lawyer, and then another guy was like someone who worked at like Home Depot. So that's like another like red flag, because they also said that they were looking for like a really specific kind of person to do this job, and the fact that like there's a bunch of random kinds of people here doesn't make any sense. Like usually if you're looking for a specific kind of person, all the people that'll be in the lineup are like relative to each other. Like they're all like sort of similar, but have like specific things about them you can't really choose from like quite yet, you know? So I like, that was obviously another red flag. Then he starts quizzing people again, you know, like part 70,000, and the guy asked me a question and I answered it, and I remembered like he was shocked. So like he pointed it out in front of everyone, like was shocked, and like that's just also another red flag, because like I have never done business in my life. So like if he thinks that I am like the most intelligent of all the candidates, like he is sorely mistaken. I haven't taken a math class since I was like a sophomore in high school. I don't know anything about business. I don't know anything about math. I don't know like basic shit. And I was the smartest person in that room. Like, we got a lot of problems, bro. So basically this meeting like ends and people are coming up to me and they're like, oh, like, are you excited about the program? Blah, 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 blah. Like this, that, whatever, like small talk bullshit. Obviously these people are fucking crazy. And then like the leader comes up to me and he's like, oh yeah, like, do you have any questions? Like you seem like a really good candidate. Like all you need to do is just answer these questions like the right way and like you'll totally get picked. But like don't take it personally if you don't. Like it's really exclusive. Like it's hard to get picked. Like blah blah blah. Like whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not even like worth remembering because it was pointless. And like then they start to say like because that's another thing I forgot to add. Sorry. They always like they're telling you like not to look stuff up or like not to look up any of like the materials that they give you or ask people questions about stuff. But then at this meeting they were like, yeah, so if you want to like go look us up. But like they described their organization like it's like the lady, like she was like, I would describe it like Donald Trump. Like she's like, some people really like him and some people don't like him at all. I just thought that was fucking hilarious when I figured out that this was like a cult. Like, what do you mean people don't like you? It's not that people don't like you. It's what you're doing is wrong, fool. Yeah, so basically, you know, like they told us to like look them up and like see what we think. So we're in the car ride home and like this lady gives me more materials. Like she gives me 2 audiobooks, a regular book, a folder. Wait, you know what? Yo, I still have some of them. I will literally show it to you. Look at this. A business of your own. The business is literally owned by somebody else. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. For sure, sis. See, yeah, this is how they market everything. They're like, don't you want everything on your own terms? This is the shit that they say to people. Challenge yourself. Launch your own business. See, I think this might be another one. This says Brit Worldwide. I've heard of Worldwide before. They're just as problematic. Okay, these are the products that they sell, just in case you find yourself being coerced into trying to sell these products. It's like not fucking real. Here's another one. This is the book, or this isn't the book that I read. This is like the newest one that she gave me. Pro Summer Power. I don't know what the hell that means. Yeah, but they give you these like books about like consumerism and entrepreneurship as if like it's a lesson and like you should be like you know what I mean? Like it's like you read this and it's almost like going to a class. Like it's literally, it's like signing up for like a book club. And like, yeah, they just have like, yeah, like you, yeah, I don't even, let me just read like what some of the chapters in this book would be, just so you kind of get an idea of the shit they have you read. Oh yeah, all of these books, they always have something to do with the mentality. They're always like saying that like the reason why you can't succeed is because of how you think and shit. Like they're always trying to like get you to think their way. Like their way is the right way. And like their word is final and it is golden. They told us to take notes. These are actually some notes. I'll just read them to you from the presentation that I had to watch that day. Basically they were saying like the 3 main pillars is like time, money, and network. That this is how you make money, which like in theory, all of their like mechanisms for creating money do work if you were running your own business and not being like tricked by this company / cult thing, whatever the fuck they like to be or call themselves. I have no idea. Like, so yeah, like I feel like that is like what makes it confusing, because like the stuff that they say definitely does make sense and definitely does work like in real business, but it doesn't work because you are getting scammed by them. That, like, do you get what I mean? Like, these are just notes. I don't really know if you can read them super well. I have like cursive handwriting. But yeah, basically after that last meeting, they were like, they bumped my my next meeting with them earlier, and this happened on Friday, right? So they were like, on Sunday we want to see you and like move you up to the next level, like make you official. But my friend's been working with them for 6 or 7 weeks, and this is my 3rd day on the job, and I'm about to get fully like inducted into this cult. So I told my friend, I texted her when I got out of the car, I was like, look bitch, we gotta figure this out now, because there's something weird about this and I know it. I couldn't figure out what it was. And so then she comes over to my house like the next day, I'm thinking like Saturday, and then like the next day Sunday. So we decided like to just quick Google search, you know, like YouTube it, or yeah. And when I looked up Amway on YouTube, the results I found were fucking scary, to say the least. I will say this, like, my Amway cult experience was very short. I'm very lucky that I wasn't like tricked into this, but some people were not as lucky, and some people have lost like thousands of dollars to this. They're in debt, like, you know what I mean? People are like not doing okay because of this place. And from the stuff I saw in the other vlogs, it gets much worse than the stuff that I went through. I mean, I didn't really like go through a lot. It was weird. It was a weird thing that happened to me. But like some people, like how they were asking me if I had like a boyfriend and stuff. Like, there are couples who have gotten stuck in it. Like, I'll link some other videos below of people who have gone through this, but it's like crazy. Like, they just stole thousands of dollars from them to like sell these products, and like it's not real. None of it's real. Yeah, and so I just, you know, after seeing all the videos and stuff, I just decided that I was obviously not gonna keep fucking doing this, and like I'm not an idiot. So I just like didn't respond to the lady, because she texted me on Sunday and she was like, why didn't you come to the meeting? But like you know what I mean? Like, she's obviously gonna figure it out that I know, because they must know, and that's why they tell people not to tell anyone what you're doing when you're with them. And so like a couple of days went by, and I was like, coast is clear, like whatever, like I'm over this, like this, you know what I mean? Like, this is just like a stupid, like this just happened, I don't know. And then like I got a text message from her the other day. Hold on, I got a text from her the other day, and it basically, like, she was like, oh, like, if you would like kindly just like return my materials to me, like, you thought, and you know what? You didn't think very hard about it, because you're not getting your materials back, Maggie. If you make so much money in corporate, why don't you just go buy some more of them? Go buy more materials with all the money you make in corporate, Maggie. Oh my God. I'm like insulted. To be honest with you, I'm like insulted that like people thought I was stupid enough to fall for that. I mean, obviously like thousands of people do. And I guess I'm not saying that you're stupid if you fell for it, because maybe you just don't notice things that way, and you don't believe that people would do things like that. But I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Like after all the shit that's happened this semester, this is like mid-semester, like what the fucking fuck? I literally can't even do normal shit without it turning into like something completely ridiculous. Yeah, so being that this was a couple weeks ago, I have gotten another message from Maggie since that other message of her wanting her materials back, but like she's not getting them back. I'm not gonna like see you again, bitch. Yeah, so I mean, if you know anybody who's in Amway right now, like show them this video and show them the videos I link below. Like, get them out of there. Because nothing about it is real. Yeah, and if this is your first time hearing about Amway, I hope it's your last. Because these people are everywhere. Like I said, they were pretending to be an entrepreneurship mentorship here at the college, and like in other videos I've seen like people even being approached by like their plumber who's in it. Like they're like fucking everywhere. Yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what's cool.
Bye.